Hello, this is Ms. McLean, and this is a short video talking about conditional probability, right? So here we have a chart of some information about ice cream. So let's say a poll was taken with some people and we asked them if they ordered vanilla ice cream, chocolate ice cream, or strawberry, and how did they order it? Did they order it in a bowl, in a cake cone, or a waffle cone, okay? So we're going to look at 3 different problems. All of these problems will be about conditional probability. So let's take a look at number 1. It says, given the ice cream was in a waffle cone, the flavor was chocolate. Okay, so when I see that given word, then that's an indicator that we're talking about conditional probability. So now I am no longer concerned with my entire sample space. We are only concerned with the waffle cones, okay? So I'm gonna take 2 ink pens and kind of cover up. So I don't care about the bowl and I don't care about the cake cone. So we are only concentrating on the waffle cone. And again, that is our sample space, okay? So remember, according to probability, we want how many ways our sample space can happen. Is going to be our denominator, and our numerator is how many ways the event can happen. So for this particular problem, our sample space is the waffle cone. Our event is going to be the chocolate. Right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the sample space. So the sample space is going to come from here. So that means I need to add up 8 plus 12 plus 1. So that gives me 21 people ordered a waffle cone. So given that it came from a waffle cone, we want to know the chocolate. Now for conditional probability, we have to keep in mind in the fact that for my event, I don't want all of the chocolate. Okay, so remember, this is now my sample space. So that means my event is going to be a combination of the 2, right? So we want chocolate, waffle cones. So how many are chocolate waffle cones? There are 12. Right? And then of course you can get your decimal, right? So I'm not concerned with the decimal for this video. I'm concerned with, do you understand where these numbers are coming from? Okay. All right, that is number 1. Let's take a look at number 2. So number 2 says, given the ice cream was in a cone, the flavor was chocolate, right? Very similar to number 1, but notice now we no longer see the word waffle. So what does that mean according to my chart? That means that we do not care about the bowl and we only care about the cake and the waffle cones. Okay, so this is my new sample space for example 2, right? So again, sample space is going to be the cake and the waffle cones. And so I'm going to go ahead and start writing out that fraction. That means we want to add up all of these numbers. So I want to add up 5 plus 6 plus 3 plus 8 plus 12 plus 1. So that is my sample space. Now for my event, I want the chocolate ones. Okay, so again, that means we do not count the ones that were ordered with a bowl. We are concentrating on the cake and waffle cones. Okay, so how many chocolate ones were ordered? 6. And of course, we have 12 chocolate waffle cones. So notice that in my fraction, these numbers should also be in the denominator, okay, because that's my sample space. So my event has to come from my sample space. And now, of course, you're just going to add it up using your calculator. All right, so I'm just going to get these totals real quick. So that gives us 35. Right, and of course, you can get the decimal by yourself. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the last one. So this one is a reverse of number 1. So this one says, given the flavor was chocolate. So again, that given is my sample space. Right? And our event is going to be that it's a waffle cone. So now I'm going to look at my chart a little different. So now my sample space, remember, is the chocolate. This is our new sample space. Okay, so my denominator is going to be 15 plus 6 plus 12. Right, so here's that 15 plus 6 plus 12. And my event needs to be the chocolate waffle cone. So we're going to put these together because, of course, it has to come from my sample space. It has to come from the waffle cones. Okay, so how many chocolate waffle cones were ordered? There were 12. So my numerator is going to be 12. And notice, look, there's that 12 in the denominator from that sample space. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tally this up. So that gives us 33. So 12 out of 33 ordered chocolate waffle cones, given that chocolate was ordered. Okay. All right. So hopefully this ice cream problem helps you out with understanding conditional probability a little bit more. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email.